Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
And we can build this dream together. Welcome to the Daily Grind. Man, when I don't scream, it's nice. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker, and it is Tuesday. And second day of the week. I got Rusty with me. How are you, brother? Are you doing good, brother?
I'm good, man. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I actually went to a yodeling convention this weekend, and it was mass chaos while I was there. There's people everywhere, and finally somebody gets on the loudspeaker and says, "We need to form an orderly EQ." Welcome to the Daily Grind.
Yodeling convention. Man, the best part about these puns is they just start out so absurd, and I'm like, Rusty, I would pay good money to see you at a yodeling convention, sir.
I'd be the biggest boy there I don't know. There'd probably be some big old boys from the Tennessee hills that might yodel pretty good.
With the leader hosing, just like yodeling. Oh, see, that was bad. I digress, though. Let's jump right into it. We got a lot to talk about today. We took yesterday off for Cinco de Mayo. That's not true. We just had a lot going on yesterday, so we took the day off. But we got a lot to go through today. Let's start with the playoffs. Let's start with the
games last night.
God, dude, every game so far has been quite good in this second round. We have the Nuggets beat the Thunder last night, which, man, I was color me shocked. When I went to bed this game, I didn't stay up to watch this game. I got up early and I was like, but the Thunder lost 121-119 to the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. Denver closed last night, and that was experience in closing. I still don't think that this is going to be one of those series that we get a sneaky, or the Thunder can get beat by the Nuggets. I just think the Thunder are deeper. Last night, everything just kind of fell the Nuggets' way. They were able to keep it close. They were down 11 with like 2 minutes to go or something, like 2.5 minutes to go. It was just an absurd comeback for the NBA. And what a closeout. And Aaron Gordon continues to be Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. Big three. And shout out, Russell Westbrook could have gotten downhill for a layup and tied the game and all that stuff. But instead, finding Aaron Gordon for that big three was huge, man.
Yeah, and dude, the Joker, 42, 22, and 6. That's insane.
Oh, man.
Well, and you brought up a good point. Like, this was very much so one of these teams has been here before, and they know how to steal a game on an opposing team. Denver did exactly what a championship pedigree team you expect them to do in this game.
And the Thunder deserved to lose that game for wearing those uniforms. They're the ugliest in professional sports, and that's what you get for wearing those ugly uniforms. You lose game one on your home court.
They are pretty ugly. I'll give you that. I just looked up and I've got like the little replay playing. It's like, they're just nasty.
It's disgusting.
Okay, very gross. And it should be said we didn't get to talk about the weekend games. Denver came off Game 7 against the Clippers, in which James Harden crapped the bed yet again. This Denver team is just playing like a championship caliber team, and they're just.
Well, and the thing is, they stole game one, Luke. You're right. And then they're going to get a playoff Jamal Murray game. At some point, he's going to go for 40-plus in this series. One game, not all of them, but one. And they just got depth. And, Westbrook is playing with an attitude. Again, Aaron Gordon's Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. And anytime you have Nikola Jokic, you have an outside puncher's chance. And everybody was making a big thing. And I'm curious what your take on this. Do you think this is more just like, was this just like, hey, the Thunder the Nuggets have experience and been here, or the Thunder had an entire week off where they could have gone to Cancun and back, and the Nuggets are just in more basketball shape?
I think it's probably the former. I think it's just this Nuggets being a championship team, because the Thunder still had all their starters had double digits. They had Alex Caruso had 20 off the bench. They weren't playing they didn't necessarily play the entire game like a team that had taken a week off. And that Denver team just played like a team. Hey, we know our 5 guys. We know how to get our 6 guys. We're gonna go in, play our 6 guys. We know it. It's been working this past week against arguably a better team. Let's just keep that going. We'll see if it's sustainable. Like you said, I don't know how they'll be able to keep it going.
Sidebar, they ran the same defense with Nikola Jokic that they did with Jaren, where they'd have one guy on him and another would crash and double him on every possession. Now, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world and was able to figure it out. But you could see kind of their defensive mindset of like, we're going to pound their best player. We're going to get after their big and make somebody else beat us. And Aaron Gordon, another guy, stepped up and won the game for him last night. But 42 and 22 from Joker is just wild.
It looks like all these series are going to be good. We've got Warriors T-Wolves tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope the T-Wolves wipe the floor with them. Just personal. I don't know. But out of these second round series, man, the lower seed won in all of them. Moving over to the East, we've got Knicks Celtics was last night. Knicks won in overtime, which 108 to 105. And the Pacers are a game up on the Cavs after beating them Sunday, 121 to 112. So we've got lower seed both up one. And who we got tonight? Pacers and Cavs are playing again tonight. What'd you see out of these series over the weekend and last night that you liked?
I like the Knicks are not sustainable. The amount, just the sheer amount of minutes that they play, like that one, I feel like could even be like a gentleman's sweep. Like this is the Knicks one game, and I mean, Mikal Bridges played 51 minutes last night.
Yeah.
And this could be their game, and then Boston reel off 4 in a row. You know, maybe they'll 4-2, maybe they'll go 6. That Pacers Cavs game is going to be interesting because the Cavs are great, like they're a really good team. But the Pacers are playing very inspired basketball, right? They manhandled Milwaukee. Nobody's giving them a shot against Cleveland, the best team in the world, and all this, that, and the other. And they came out and they played really well, fundamentally sound basketball, and they just didn't beat themselves against Cleveland and it wasn't like a fluky, 3 at the buzzer like the Nuggets win over the Thunder. Like the Pacers beat the Cavaliers over the weekend. And
they did.
Like, I'm excited about that series because, I mean, the Pacers, they snuck into the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and Hallie's playing better. That Pacers team is good, man.
Yeah.
And they're playing inspired basketball. So that series I'm super excited about. It could go 7, but this Pacers team is for real.
Man, they're for real too, and it's so tough because it's tough to gauge this Cavs team because of the whooping that they put on Miami in the first round because they beat Miami by an average of like 30, 40 points every game. So it's I can't tell anything from that. I don't know how they were doing, but this is going to be a bigger test of their mettle, I would say, against this Pacers team, who is no joke. They're for real, man. They're fun to watch. Yeah,
for real. They play and they look good. I like their city edition with like the spray paint, like graffiti kind of edition with the highlighter colors. Like I'm here for that. And so that Pacers team is the team I would not want to be facing right now.
Nope. I agree. And it looks like Carlisle has got a lot of good coaches left. Carlisle and Atkinson, which, you know what, let's just go ahead and talk about moving on. Kenny Atkinson was named Coach of the Year yesterday. Was that a preseason pick? I think that's who you had, right?
No, it wasn't who I had. Jamal Mosley. I said watch out for Atkinson because of how good that team was, but I did take Jamal Mosley from the Magic. Yikes. But, I mean, it was well-deserved. They were the best team. They had 2 different 15-game winning streaks by double digits. Like, they're an all-around great basketball team. They are, I mean, they're for real, man. And, the Indiana Pacers are fun. They're playing inspired basketball. But, I mean, Cleveland has the talent to do it. And they were good last year. And literally all they did was add Kenny Atkinson and a couple pieces at the deadline, DeAndre Hunter being one of them, who may not play tonight. I saw that there's some serious doubt that Hunter and somebody else might be out tonight because of injury. But Kenny Atkinson put this team back together. I mean, really just took what JB Bickerstaff started and put it in high gear.
Is Garland still hurt? Is that who it is?
Maybe that was who the other one was. I saw it yesterday and if I was a good co-host, I'd have bookmarked it on Twitter. I was scrolling through and I saw it yesterday, but I know DeAndre Hunter was one and it may have been Darius Garland as the other.
Man, I'm excited to see. He's clearly a good. This match in particular between Carlisle and Atkinson, I'm excited just to see from like a coaching checkmate style. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to see the Chris Finch coaching matchup. I'm just excited. This has been a good playoff so far, and it looks like it's going to continue that way.
Agreed. Yeah, this is where we're getting real grown man basketball now, and it doesn't. And these matchups are only going to get better.
Yep. When do they now announce MVP? I should have done better. It's got to be. I'm just excited to see that Thunder and Denver game.
Yeah.
That
when they announce it, right? Yeah. I mean, we all know who it's going to be, and it's strictly because of Joker fatigue. I mean, everybody in the comment gets it. Like Nikola Jokic is the real MVP for what he's doing, but it's just everybody's burnt out on giving him the MVP, so they're going to give it to SGA, who had a great year. I'm not saying he didn't, but Joker truly earned it. I don't know if that's usually the last one they announce, so it's got to be. I mean, we're getting close. They've announced just about everything else, I think, so that'd really be the only one left. So probably in the next week or two.
Yep, I'm excited just to see the narrative inevitably of that Thunder Denver game will be quite good to watch. All right. Speaking of coaches, there was
another you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to get all the filler out of the way. Over the weekend, or I guess it was Friday. I don't know when it happened. The Memphis Grizzlies wasted little to no time in naming Tuomas Iisalo as their new head coach. We talked last Wednesday, you and I and Drew, about looks like this was going to happen. We just really hoped there was going to be a search. We went through a bunch of names that we would like to have seen. Didn't appear that none of those names were looked at. It just, I titled It's Officially Tuomas Time because it does seem like unofficially this was a move that was in the making for the past year they brought him on last year. So
no doubt,
an unofficial move. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a search, even though I like Tuomas. It doesn't feel like a search was had at all. I don't know if other people were. I don't know if that's true or not. It just seems like I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear that anybody came in the building. I didn't hear anything. They
didn't look at another soul. This decision was made last summer when Kleman. So Taylor Jenkins put together his staff, picking Nola Roach and St. Augustine and those guys, and kind of put them together. And Kleman looked at that staff and was like, nah, this ain't it. And so he flew to Paris himself last summer, paid the buyout for one of the hottest European coaches there is, turned around multiple, clubs over there and turned them into just perennial winners, and brought him in as the head coach in waiting. This decision was made last summer. Nobody came in for an interview. Nobody was going to come in. Here's where I'm at. I like Tuomas. I think he's great. He's obviously a winner, right? He's turned multiple clubs around overseas. Like the X's and O's are there. We know that.
Yes, we know that.
I'm just worried, and I know he's not like the second or third bench coach from the Milwaukee Bucks or whatever Taylor Jenkins was when we got him. But we're hitching our wagon, and Zach Kleman more or less is hitching his job to a coach with no NBA experience that's going to have to figure out how to coach in the NBA, win over the locker room, instill his system. And this is not 2020, right? Like Ja, Dez, and Jaren are going to all be 26 this calendar year, coming into the years where most people win titles, right?
Yeah.
And so there's going to be some ramp-up time. They're already hitting on it in the comments here. If you're on Twitter, hop over to YouTube. Comments are popping off this morning.
Yep.
There's going to be some ramp-up time. Like there are great assistant coaches that take that step immediately. Like we've seen it happen, but like Mazzulla being an exception, Ime Udoka, they both won pretty early. But like you look at Oklahoma City, it was a 4-year ramp-up period from the time they hired Dane Holt to where they are now. Yeah. So like you're looking at like a ramp-up period. If it's 4 years like that, our guys are going to be 30, right? We're going to be through some of that window. The team will likely be split up by then. If that's the case. Again, he may step right in and be awesome because X's and O's, he gets it. I just need to know, is he going to be the adult in the room, Luke? And why we're hitching our wagon again to another coach with no NBA experience. That's just what makes me a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah, and I think we were both in agreement that he is quite a good coach. I don't think we are like we like the man. I
Absolutely.
just think it's the tertiary bits that he doesn't have any control over that we are worried about. Like he doesn't have any in NBA experience. That's not his fault. It's not his fault. Like will he be an adult in the room? It's not his fault. It's not his fault at his age.
Does he have any real connections to build a real staff? Like you imagine is he going to call Rajon Rondo and be like, hey, I want you to come be a coach for me, just for an example. And Rondo's going to be like, who? I don't know that he has the clout to build a staff.
That's important. I don't know what goes into staff building, but like you look at the names on this. I mean, who's on his staff right now that people would March?
And Anthony Carter, who both just been around forever.
That's it. Those are the only two guys that I think, oh yeah, I want to come. Those guys, which maybe that's a mark in his favor. Hey, these guys have been around for a long time, but I don't know. I do think that a lot of the comments are hitting on it. shout out King makes, it seems like 2 years
is the overarching theme.
I think you give these guys 4 years, I think that's irresponsible in this league. The league will pass you by in 4 years.
We've already been passed in the last couple of years.
Yes, these players will not be here in 4 years. If Dez, Ja, and Jaren are still here in 4 years, I might be worried because I just don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, what makes me the most nervous is lazy may not be the best word, but it felt like the lazy hire because he was the interim. We didn't go do any research. We just hired him, which again, it was the easy hire. Maybe that's the right word. What makes me nervous, Luke, is that we've promoted Tuomas Iisalo. This summer, Zach Kleman is going to re-sign Santi Aldama and Marvin Bagley III and be like, you know what? These are your summer acquisitions. These were the players that we needed to make us better and take us over the next step. He's going to parade that out to us as fans. And we as fans have been so conditioned with being just fine with what the Grizzlies do. Like, that's just fine. Like, that's okay, whatever, that we're just going to be fine with whatever comes our way. And there's not going to be any improvement to the roster. If Tuomas is the guy, and shout out Mikhail in the comments, yeah, he might be the adult in the room. If he's that guy, we still need some pieces. It makes me nervous that we're not going to make any moves because Kleman has historically not done that. But I think if you're going to give Tuomas a real shot, because you've already done him a disservice, Luke, you and I talked about this, right? I agreed with the firing of Taylor Jenkins, and I agreed with the timing, but it makes the fan base sour a bit on T.I. Because if Taylor Jenkins had finished out the year, got swept by Oklahoma City, and then they fired him and they promoted Tuomas, I think everybody would be on board. Oh, man, this is a great European coach, one of the best assistant coaches in the game. But the deck is stacked against him, so you're going to have to go get some help. And thanks to Zach Kleman, that's going to require, if you're going to make a big change, you're going to have to move one of the big three. If you can still improve around the edges, and I've got a trade that I want to share with you in the green room that we can use on future episodes, that you can improve around the fringes, that could work. I'm just worried that Tuomas is in over his head. We'll see, and I hope that this time next year I'm eating crow and we're heading to the second round and we're just killing it. I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
And I think we're in agreement here. Like Mikhail, I really, if he is him, I would love that. And I am not doubting him. It's just, I am more so worried about the position that he has been put in by the organization. And you know what? If he is able to succeed, if he is fully, talk about the biggest feather in his cap. If he is able to be like, you know what? I can make it work with these guys, and it's gonna. I will never say a bad word against him ever again if he's able to pull this off.
Nobody is rooting more for T.I.'s success than I am, because he's successful. Then the team I live and die by is successful and makes a deep run of the playoffs, right?
Yep.
And so I need him to be successful. So nobody's rooting for that more than I am. I'm just nervous. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be all in his corner. I'm going to be hyped for the season. I've already got my half-season ticket package for next year. I'm going to be in the building a lot. I'm just nervous, man. I'm just nervous.
And he's just going to need some help. I don't think any of our nerves are stem from the job that we think he can do. It's just like, is he going to get help from Kleman? Are the guys going to buy into him? It's the other stuff, which we've heard that it seems like the guys like him. It seems.
I think they already knew he was going to be the coach, and maybe they do. Maybe they truly like him, but they already knew he was going to be the coach, and so they're not going to go out there and parade out and be like, I don't know if that's the right hire. I don't know if he's the one.
That's a good point.
But I'm going to give them, the benefit of the doubt and say they truly bought into this dude and are like, hey, this is our head coach. This is who can take us to the next level. Is he the one that's going to unlock Ja and the big three? Time will tell. But if the big three are convinced, then I guess I want to get on board and root for T.I. just like anybody else.
Yep, we'll do it. And I think we are both firmly in the camp of we are not going to wish anything negative on this guy. I like this guy quite a bit. Yeah. We've just been hurt before. I think that's it. We've been burnt before by this organization, and we're a little nervous.
That's it. I'm a little nervous, but if Zach Kleman goes out and turns Desmond Bane into Domantas Sabonis, because Sabonis is a big that fits, as Mikhail's talking about here, fits this system perfectly, then it's going to be a completely different song and dance for me. I might even I'll probably get a Sabonis jersey.
Yes. So in the comments, which, by the way, thank you guys. If you're over on X or Twitter, hop over to YouTube, join in the comments. They're going off today. It does seem like a lot of people in the comments tend to be in agreement, and we're going to really dive into this probably later this week, but it does seem like a lot of people are in one of these big three is going to have to get moved in order to get the specific pieces in to help Tuomas' system optimally operate better. It seems like we were all in agreement there. Now, getting to the point where it's like, oh yeah, well, which one of the big three are we going to trade is interesting. I think that the jury is out and all the fan bases are all up in the air about that. Even the media groups are up in the air about who's going to be traded. So I want to talk about a trade to you. We're going to bring up a trade. This is from Bleacher Report. Would you make that trade? Granted, let me preface this. This article, the title of the article was, let me go back up because I want to give them their due. Blockbuster NBA trades for teams ready to risk it all is the name of the article. I'm laughing at this trade. The trade is, would you trade Ja Morant and Jay Huff to the Miami Heat for Duncan Robinson, Kyle Anderson, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez Jr., a first, 2 first, or I guess 3 first-round picks?
No.
Me neither.
Long and short of it, no. Ja Morant is going to fetch so much more than Duncan Robinson, Slow-Mo, Jovic, Jaquez. I mean, like that, like the absurdity.
Stupid.
When you sent me this trade, I literally laughed out loud. Like I LOL'd at this trade because like it's just like that lady last week talking about Ja Morant's going to get traded for Cole Anthony and a handful of picks. Absolutely not, Luke.
No.
I would laugh before I hung up in their face if Miami called and offered me this for Ja freaking Morant. That's like it's absurd.
Doesn't make any sense. Like I normally and it's like, why the Heat do it? Yeah, no shit. I know why the Heat do it. Why would the Grizzlies do this? You're not getting Duncan Robinson. Would any of these guys play on this team?
No, not a single one of them. Not a single one of them. Like Jaquez had it's coming off one of the worst years. And you know, there's a fringe trade that I saw that I like that gets Jaime Jaquez on this team. So I'm not all out on him. I like the way he plays. He hustles. He rebounds really well. I'm a fan of his. But you don't trade a Ja Morant and get Jaime Jaquez in return. Like you trade Ja Morant and then you get Bam and Tyler Hero and like you get some big pieces. But even then, that's like, I'm not saying that's what I want to do. But like Ja Morant, like you talk about like Giannis is going to be fetching like this massive package. Ja Morant will get the same one. It's absurd to think otherwise.
Why would you send Ja to Miami where they're going to have Ja, Bam, and Tyler Hero? Why would you do that? And like, who is the crown jewel of the would the crown jewel of this trade be Jaime Jaquez Jr.? Because no, thank you. Like for the Grizzlies, or is it the first? I don't know. These are first round picks later. Which if you're sending them Ja, are they gonna? I don't know. This was
this is absurd. It's just another example of the national media trying to get Ja to a big market, thinking the lowly Memphis Grizzlies are just going to move him for nothing. I mean, the guy has a Grizzly tattoo on his shoulder blade. Ja doesn't want to go anywhere.
No,
the franchise doesn't want Ja. Like Ja is the first true blue superstar we've ever had in Memphis, and you think we're going to trade it for Duncan Robinson and a first round pick? Absolutely not. It's absurd.
It's absurd. And you know what? I like this. Ja going to retire / die a Grizzly before we trade him for some rinky dink players. I believe it. I'm
well said, Jalen. Well said,
don't. You know, but thank you, Bleacher Report, because we need content. I was like, oh, this will be fun to talk about and not actually agree.
The dumbassery of some of these trades is wild.
Regardless of the nonsense that seems to be percolating around around the league about, oh, maybe people don't value Ja as much as they once did. It doesn't matter. They value him more than this trade package. This trade package, like,
come on. This is a trade. This is like that haul is what you would get for like a mid-level, like I don't even know, man.
CJ McCollum. I mean,
like something like that. But like a that'd be like Paul George. That's what you get Paul George for.
Yes,
but not Ja Morant. Not Ja freaking Morant.
So long story short, neither one of us would make that trade.
Not at all. Wouldn't even come close.
Would hang the phone up before it got here. Granted, let me say, we are not going to have stupid trades all throughout the summer. I just wanted to throw a stupid one in there to start the week off because I was like, this is ridiculous. We've got actual moves that we will be discussing that we think will actually make the team better. This is just not one of them. I just wanted to show this one because regardless of what the media seems to be thinking that people think about John Morant, it's not this. And I think that's worth noting.
Asinine. It is what it is. Like,
asinine.
Art gets it. Like, they're just trying to do everything they can to get Ja to a big market where he can be more marketable than in lowly Memphis. But John Morant is a Grizzlies Grizzly.
Yep, I agree. And it's not getting him out of here to Miami Heat for a collection of their cast-offs for Duncan Robinson, for older Luke Kennard. I'm good.
Nah.
Last thing before we get out of here, though, man, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. And we tube on Tuesdays. We talk about what we're watching on the telly outside of basketball because there's other things other than basketball out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first because I went to the movies this weekend and I went and saw Thunderbolts. And it was awesome. It was awesome. I want to go see it. I haven't seen a Marvel movie in quite some time where I left the theater and I was like, I want to go watch that again. Like immediately I wanted to go back in and get tickets. I had a blast. It was funny. Action was good. Marvel is back. I was thrilled. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And it had a good message. The mental health, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and the mental health aspects of the film were like, oh my God. That just 10 out of 10. Marvel's back, baby. Marvel is back.
Love that. Yeah, it's definitely on my list of things I want to see. I went old school a little bit this week.
What you got?
My dad and I watched. So Sunday morning, like he was scrolling through YouTube TV and he was like, I hadn't seen this movie in forever. So we went back to back to Warm and Fuzzies. We watched Angels in the Outfield, which is just an incredible movie, like top tier.
Yes.
And then follow that up with The Tooth Fairy with The Rock. Like it was 2005, man. Whatever. It was an amazing weekend of just throwback warm and fuzzy movies. Like it was really good.
Dude.
It's so cheesy. Both of them are, but it could happen.
Tooth Fairy is great. Angels in the Outfield, man. I love that movie. It's also got like everybody in it. Matthew McConaughey's in it. Adrian Brody's in it. And they're just like baseball players.
Danny Glover. You've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like,
baby JGL.
There's so many good. The girl, the pigeon lady from Home Alone is
pigeon lady. She's the
foster mom. Like amazing. Under heralded cast, man. Just such a good movie.
Doc Brown.
Fuzzy. Yeah. It's so good, man.
I haven't thought about Angels in the Outfield in a long time. It's baseball season. Man, we're gonna have a baseball themed episode soon.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like we do a whole draft of best baseball movies. And there's just
we might do that this weekend. We might do that this weekend because this Wednesday.
Yeah, because there's just so many good ones. And Angels in the Outfield at the top, man. Paul Durham, Major League,
Moneyball.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good baseball movies.
Shout out baseball. This isn't a baseball show, but
especially
we got
shout
a bunch
out Angels in the Outfield. And then like Maggie and I finished Schitt's Creek, and for the first time, I'm watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh,
it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. It's so funny, like a great, funny little 24-minute, just like lighthearted laugh. It's goofy as all get out. You ain't got to think. Very similar to Schitt's Creek. I'm a big fan of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
24-minute comedy episodes. Need more of them in my life.
It's money. Absolutely.
God, man, we had good tubing. Good tubing too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to and another pun for you on that? We watched back-to-back episodes last night. Good thing I was the one facing the TV.
That's going to do it for our show today. Thank you for watching today, y'all. Happy Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow to talk about the playoffs. We're going to talk more. We're going to have Uncle Buck with us. We might go through some trades. We will see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm saying it more for myself, not for you all. Everybody have a good day. If we can leave you with anything today, like we always do, just remember as you go about your day, as you go about your work day, it's a beautiful day outside. But remember these two things. Remember to be a little weird, just a little bit. And remember to smile. Bye, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.